Okay, so I'm going to try and be as to the point as possible in this review. So, in my review of True Blood Season 5, Episode 12, which was the season finale, I did a review of it and I put it up online yesterday. I've had 2 comments accusing me of being a Team Bill fangirl. People told me that I'm butthurt about Eric and Suki because Bill didn't get into Suki, Bill didn't get back with Suki, and therefore I'm angry about it. Okay, let me just tell you. Um, no, no, doesn't work like that. I'm not a Team Bill fangirl. Really, really not a Team Bill fangirl at all. And I say this because, first of all, I don't do teams or relationships between fictional characters. Yeah, if I see like 2 characters who have good chemistry, I'll be like, yeah, I hope they get together. Like with Pam and Tara, Eric and Godric. But it doesn't mean that I'm gonna sit there and obsess over 2 fictional characters and have, whole debates about which is better and then get into a massive, massive, massive argument about it. Yeah, I give my thoughts every now and again, but it doesn't mean that it consumes me. And this is why I don't do team. I'm not Team Edward, I'm not Team Jacob, I'm not Team Bella, I'm not Team, Tyler's Van, I'm not Team Bill, I'm not Team Eric, I'm not Team Suki. Honestly, if anything, I'm Team please True Blood, stop having ridiculous storylines. That's my team. So, I'm just going to say that from season 1 to 3, really wasn't interested in Bill. I just thought he was generic. I didn't get the whole mysterious, smouldering character thing. It did not do anything for me because I'd already been through my Edward Cullen phase several years before. So, I just thought I more enjoyed him through Suki's perspective, in that she was a virgin at that point. She never really had a relationship. And it was her exploring her sexuality, her relationship with her human community, and her feelings on the vampire community as well, and with her family, of course. So that's why I was glad that Bill was in the show, because he was a device through which she could explore herself. Obviously, because the show comes from the books, and I've seen every episode of the show, and I've read every single one of the books, even the comics. Of course, because the show follows the books, Bill betrays Suki season 3. He's been betraying her all along, and she finds out in season 3. And when that happened in season 3, I really hated him. I mean, the hatred I had towards him was ridiculous. I feel kind of embarrassed about it right now. And every time I saw Bill on screen or on Tumblr, I was just so angry. I went over the top with hating him and stuff like that. But now looking back on it, it was just really needless. It was really over the top, really overdramatic. So I kind of calmed it down. And then when I saw season 4, I was really unsure about Bill at first. But I kind of liked him. I felt that he was a new character as opposed to the old Bill. He was much more modern. He was much more in touch. His whole world wasn't just about Suki, and he had a different grip on reality that I felt more comfortable with. And the way he kind of redeemed himself, I feel what he did to her isn't forgivable, but I feel that he did help her out a lot as well with a lot of issues she had in her life. So it's kind of give and take there. But I liked him in season 4. I felt that he was a good king. He, for the most part, was quite fair. He enjoyed his new powers, but I don't think he really went overboard with it. So that's why I liked him in season 4. The reason why I said that I was upset that Bill ended up becoming Billith and whatnot in season 5, especially the last episode that we just saw, is because I felt that for the sake of a generic plotline, they threw all of Bill's potential away and basically made him a plot device so that season 6 could have some major enemy because they're pretty much recycling old ideas, because I think they're running out of content. I think they did it just to basically have a green light for season 6. So, yeah. And given that Bill was always a core of the show, as much as I might have hated him, I felt that it was kind of weird that all of a sudden he would become so unimportant and so disposable. And I think this is evidenced by Suki's reaction to his, supposed death at the end of season 5. So yeah, I'm not a T-Bill fangirl. I was just upset that they kind of threw him away for a really unoriginal plotline. And people say, well, what do you mean about an unoriginal plotline? Well, the plotline, this whole Lilith thing, okay, I think our culture is stuffed to the brim with Judeo-Christian mythology. And I'm Jewish, so obviously I respect my own culture, my own religion. But honestly, I wish there was more variety. It doesn't always have to be about the Bible or Adam and Eve or the Garden of Eden or Cain and Abel or Lilith and stuff like that, or Lucifer. It doesn't always have to be about that same one topic. I mean, you go to the cinema these days and, all these horror movies are about people who had got possessed by the devil, had a pact with the devil. Why can't it be something a bit more original and a bit more, striking? And with True Blood, I don't really feel that it was original at all. I think they just saw a popular, mythological figure, aka Lilith, and they basically made her a vampire because she was the perfect silhouette for a vampire character. And, yeah, and then they just, went along with that, and then Bill was completely screwed over when he didn't need to be. And honestly, I feel this way about a lot of the characters in the show as well, i.e. Eric. I think he has so much more potential than just being Suki's love interest. I'd love to see his past with Godric, with Nora actually. Obviously Pam, I love to see her own storyline. I love to see Tara's own storyline. Now she's got one in season 5 for the most part. Really enjoying it because I think it does her justice. And then we even have Lafayette. I like his storyline for the most part. There were some storylines that, were kind of boring and kind of weird, like Terry and Andy and whatnot. But I like the fact that they kind of make characters developed, that they develop them, that they evolve them. And the reason that I was upset, as I've said, as I've repeated so many times now, about Bill was because they just completely screwed him over. And when they should have given him a chance to really, really, really redeem himself as he was doing in season 4. So yeah, that's why I'm pissed off. And it does not make me a Team Bill fangirl. It doesn't. If that makes me a Team Bill fangirl, then you know what? I'm also on Team Pam, Team Tara, Team Jason for the most part, even though that's disputable. Team Godric, definitely Team Godric. Team Lafayette, Team Jesus, Team Holly, maybe even Team Arlene, at different points. Team Terry. Do you get what I'm saying? Just because I like a character at certain points in the storyline does not make me a fangirl of them. And I find it kind of pathetic that this is the main basis of an argument when people call me a Team Bill fangirl. It's nothing to do with teams. You're completely misunderstanding what I'm saying. I don't care about who Suki gets with. I don't care. I do not care. It's not at the forefront of my mind. If it is what you think about 24/7, if you're major fan of Eric and Suki get together, that's completely fine. But honestly, I don't care who she gets with, because I think that all the relationships she gets into end up bad. The characters just become really crap characters. So it's not about that. And the fact it's honestly, it says so much about you people who accuse me of these stupid things, that you would think that you would distort my words and perceive them incorrectly because you're so obsessed with Team Eric and Team Suki. And well, Team Sorik, I think the term is. I don't care about Bill getting with Suki. I don't care about Eric getting with Suki. Yeah, I wish the show didn't hinge so much on Eric and Suki getting together, but otherwise I really wouldn't have much to say about it. The only reason I did the video about Eric and Suki being about pairing is because the show seems to show it in our faces so much when I wish it didn't. I wish it concentrated on actual character development instead of showing two people who happen to look good naked together. So yeah, please don't call me a Team Bill fangirl. It's not about teams at all. It's not about who I want Suki to end up with. I don't care. So maybe if you understood this concept, you could lighten up about other people's opinions as well. Because the fact that I even have to say this is my personal opinion is kind of pathetic. So I'm going to stop this video here and wish you all a good day. And yeah, bye.